Looking at Amazon here on the daily time frame, you can see that price has been in a downtrend, and right now we are retesting demand that we put in place, or that price put in place all the way back here in 2016. So last part of November and December, you can see that we're retesting those levels now. So as price comes back down into the 152 area to 150 area, uh, be looking for this to be kind of a major deciding factor in the next week here as bulls and bears duke it out in this decision point. As we move into the hourly time frame, be aware of a couple support areas inside of that big daily demand zone, starting at 51.27 all the way down to about 49.64. We have a couple nice little support areas in there, and those are fresh and new. So be looking for price to bounce off of those first, maybe come back up here into the previous highs over at 155-ish, and then back down. So something like this is kind of what I'm looking for. Just a nice little bounce. That would be the maximum amount that I would be looking for. But considering that price is in a downtrend, we want to assume that price is going to break demand. Now, the reason why I say that price is going to break demand, especially once we're in a downtrend, and especially in this kind of scenario, is because price has bounced off of this area several times in the past. It formed it, bounced off of it, bounced off of it again, bounced off of it again, and I think it's going to break this area here to the downside. So I would be looking for new lows here on Costco, going back into the lows of last year of November. So that's what I'm looking at here on the Costco market. Looking at Walmart here on the daily time frame, you can see that price has been in quite the uptrend, and looking very bullish overall. Right now, we seem to be putting into, our price seems to be putting in a little bit of a retracement area. I'm looking for price to retrace all the way back down here to 76, down to 75.60 roughly. So that's the demand area that I'm looking at price doing a nice little retracement all the way back down to. For me, it's a little too early to say that this is in a downtrend, moreover than it's just in a pullback area, and I'm looking for price to pull back into demand before it retests the highs up there at 80. So this could be a nice little bounce there off of demand coming up in the next few days to weeks as Walmart is coming back down. But again, I'm feeling like this is just a pullback in the grand scheme of the uptrend. Looking at the hourly time frame, you can see that on the hourly, we do have a couple nice areas of resistance to be mindful of as price comes back up into this range in the future. So $80 up to about 80.79. So, and then up here at 81 up to about 81.50. So those are the two nice little resistance areas to the upside. Now on the downside, I think is the areas that I'm particularly interested in. And as we approach like the 76.30 area down to the 75.51 daily demand zone, be looking for a little bit of fresh support right around in the 76.20 down to about 76 even. So those would be the nice little fresh support areas that I'd be watching for. And again, this is formed from previous price action, understanding support and resistance and supply and demand concepts. So be looking out for that. So over the course of this next week here, I'm looking for price to continue to the downside. And then I would like to see price push back up into these previous lows, find brand new resistance right around in here, because that's what it looks like it's putting into place right now, and then continue to the downside as such. So that's really what I'm looking at for the price action pattern to be playing out here over the next week.